Right.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
Just so you know, it is recording. But yeah.
Oh, it is recording?
Yep.
Starting now?
You want me to stop it, or are you on topic, or shoot, you're about to say something that you don't want to say on the program?
Oh, I was gonna say I feel bad for those women more than anything, like the women that actually watch, and the men too, because it's like you're informing yourself with stupid stuff, and then the women actually are super insecure watching his videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sucks to make money off making people insecure. Like,
but literally almost every industry is based off that, though.
Right.
Like, beauty, fashion, dating, dieting.
Yeah, it's kind of sick.
What? Women having self-esteem is not lucratized.
It is not lucratized unless you get to do girl boss shit. And then that's like for a very specific group of women.
Okay, it is that one.
It's me. Okay. Am I close enough or talking up loud enough?
Oh, there you are. You are now.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm getting too much air in there. All right, so let's you folks heard us riffing. All right, we're in. Kevin fucking Samuels. I'll do my setup, and then we're gonna get to this. Let's start spinning your heads on it already as the title of this here. Uh-oh.
Yes.
What do I got happening here?
Stuff and things.
All right.
Also, I kicked the camera. I don't know if we're on camera, but I kicked it if we are.
Okay.
Yours.
Oh, this
that one. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm not on.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, only this one is on.
Well, in that case, I'm going to move it so I can stop kicking it.
Okay.
Because it's like right by my foot.
Oh, good. Yes.
Okay.
Be comfortable. Yeah, it's all good. The Kevin Samuels, I'm not into the dating stuff.
Right.
But Kevin Samuels basically grifted his way into this. Now, this is the first thing that I think everyone should know about Kevin Samuels is what his job is when he turns on the YouTube. And this is his job. He is a conservative comedian.
Mm-hmm.
That's the boring part of it. The detail. His target audience are the conservatives of what on the internet they call the manosphere. Now I'm going to stop talking so slow because I just remembered I'm talking to the wine cellar audience. So y'all know who the fuck MRAs are.
Yes.
What he does, part of it, I think maybe I coined a term. I'm not sure. What up?
I was going to say, actually, maybe folks don't know who MRAs are because someone I interact with pretty regularly on Twitter just found out yesterday that sex workers are predators by preying on men's finances has been an MRA talking point for years. Like people just found that out yesterday. So maybe just a quick MRA.
Oh, yeah. They call themselves men's rights activists. To my understanding, they go back to the 1970s. There was a shooting in the name of men's rights activism in Canada by one of the a guy that would lead local meetings and whatnot on it. Basically, think of that show Married with Children where Al Bundy had no ma'am, but imagine if it wasn't comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's where men's rights activism comes from. It's basically just very targeted misogynists that made a club out of it that they think they're unique misogynists. How about that? They think they are intellectually unique misogynists.
Yes.
That's men's rights activists on the internet, and they call themselves the manosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And then some guys named O'Shea Duke Jackson and a couple other black grifters, essentially black Republicans. So they call themselves the Black Manosphere and grift that to get some YouTube and Patreon money. Right. And keep in mind, I'm saying the words grift. I'm saying the words comedian because they are bad faith actors.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As it tends to go. How many times on the wine cellar have I said someone's a bad faith actor? God damn it. Don't waste your time arguing with them.
Yep.
Which is why we talk about them, not to them. We don't talk with them. And so Kevin Samuels is entertaining this audience with a term I think I've coined, incel-spiration.
Oh, and yes.
He is inspiring incels with the idea that women's self-esteem will be brought down and make them sexually available to them.
Mm-hmm. Which is tied to the pickup artist thing, right? That's part of the manosphere MRA thing, the pickup artist with the negging and stuff. Yeah.
So it's almost like, it's more like a beyond being a pickup artist, it's more like he's a truck driver, and he's here to just pick them up and deliver them to you, right? And but keep in mind, it's also entertainment. His idea is also to humiliate them.
Right.
I think that's also part of the incel inspiration, is that these, I'm going to use this term, bitches, these, I'm also going to use this term, cunts, as it were, that they're getting what they deserve, and look at them feeling sad and embarrassed, just how they make me feel when they turn me down or called me a loser. So like, I know damn well he's entertaining the shit out of the incel side of the manosphere, the guys that call themselves MGTOW, men going their own way down the same street I drive down to pay their bills at the same building I pay their bills at. Those men that are going their own way in a car with a license plate on it, with the tags correct, and they have their insurance paperwork together. These men are going their own way.
Yes.
With an American flag on.
They are forging a bold new destiny.
Yeah, but I'm also fucking around with the language of it. They call themselves men going their own way because their idea is that they're not going to be celibate, but they're just not going to take relationships serious anymore, as if they ever did in the first place. You see, because what they thought, I mean, rhetorically, what you could say they were taking as relationships serious was they were taking their trophyism serious. They were seriously trying to find the perfect trophy, found out that these trophies are attached to something with a personality, and said, I hate the personality part, I'm going my own way. So that he is entertaining the shit out of that crowd. Now, here's the part where I get into unpopular opinion land, maybe, right? Because I also say these guys are essentially black Republicans.
Yeah.
They're entertaining the shit out of white men that like to see black men say their talking points. And Kevin Samuels is the best to do it yet. That's a part of what he does. He just says their thing. Because, like, if you get outside of the relationship stuff, these guys are going to be libertarian. They're going to be conservative. They're going to be pro-capitalism, pro-police. They're going to be pro-imperialism. Like, these are American, black, conservative, and Republican straight up. You talk to these guys, they'll tell you which way they vote. I've been in their groups.
Okay.
I'm in their groups now. They're Republicans now, until you make them think about how broke they are, and then they get real populist real quick. But we talked about that on the last episode.
I just,
Yes.
I just don't want to lean too hard on the Republican thing.
Yeah.
Also, because there's a lot of nonpartisan, like non-electoral politics, but still just as conservative. But like, I don't believe in voting or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget those guys, because those guys exist too.
And I do think he probably does have cross up with the Tariq Nasheed crowd.
Right.
But I bet the Tariq Nasheed crowd gets over there, sees all the white dudes, realizes these black guys are just higher paid coons, and go running back to Tariq because they want to talk about bussy popping because they're not gay. Fucking, yeah. So the right wing fucking guys, and what if you get outside of what they pretend they're talking about relationships, it's gonna be about how racism isn't real. You can't blame the white man. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They're gonna be those kind of black men. Now, the delivery system of this comedy, of this comedian, is through YouTube. Now, why did Kevin Samuels' name blow up? Because he called a woman of whom folks might argue would be objectively pretty across cultural standards, right? And said something like along the lines of, you're a 6 at best. And the reason why it's going viral, obviously, because he's just saying that to her face. Watch out. It's the cis male hetero. No, you didn't. Right? Like, that's what that was. And it made the rounds. And people aren't, maybe they are realizing, or just maybe someone's not saying it hard enough, that without the women calling into the show, he doesn't have a show. Because that's what the audience wants to see. They want to see him being rude to them, him hurting their feelings, shutting them down, and humiliating them. And if they don't call in, he doesn't have that show. and it doesn't make any money and the business model dies.
Right.
And that's what I would love, is if we could get this in the hands of like regular women that are just chilling and they're interested in dating. They think relationships can be a good thing and that life can be good. You know, regular people, basically, right?
Yeah.
The entry level person, because they don't know that they're calling into a bad faith actor,
Right.
which is so hard to convince people that bad faith actors so much as exist.
Well, I think, but also a lot of people really think like, but I'm going to be the one to say the thing that's going to like make it different.
And then that's where I have to critique you. And when I say you, I'm literally talking to anyone that is not me, because I'm very well aware of this. You are not unique at fucking all. You know how many human beings are on the planet? You really think out of that many billions, you're just this thing that's so goddamn different? Really? You. Because you just paid your electric bill. Guess what your next door neighbor did? Come on, but like, you're not. You're a type. Just like I'm a type of, you know, whatever type I am. We're all types.
Yeah. Well, I think it's that, but I think it's also that, you know, there's sort of the idea that if he's, even if he sees the, like, if he sees the light, he's going to change. But I would also remind folks that even if you present the best argument in the world with all the data, all the facts, and you do actually change people's minds, if this is their job and their grift and this is how they make their money, they're not going to publicly say so. There's lots of people who have lots of grifts who say things that they don't believe and don't mean all the time because it makes them money. So also keep in mind that even if he genuinely believed everything he said, and even if you brought the best argument that changed the mind, that is not going to necessarily create a change of occupation on his end.
Yeah.
Like, right. So please keep that in mind.
Strategically use projection. Have you ever worked in customer service? Did you really honestly want every single one of them to have a great day? Or did some of them, did you want them to slip and fall in a pile of moldy Legos?
Right. Even pastors, like, they preach all those things and then live their normal lives, which are usually very sinful.
It's true though.
All right, you want to get to this one? So, and I mean, and really, I'm ready to just run through these randomly, because that is how you build it. Right. We're going to have to go over a lot of his shit, not today, but over time. It's going to be like one of those new things. We'll regularly critique it, and we will develop archives. And then, so now it'll come up in the search terms. Like, you realize, like, every once in a while when I'm checking podcast stats, there'll just be like a bump of like 1,000 or 2,000 downloads of the episode about Roe E. Lori Cutno. Because people will just search, like, because people will be like suspicious of her, and and the way I title the episodes hit the search terms. Yeah, so I'll do that with Kevin Samuels, and people who are like, something ain't right about him. I just don't get it. Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking? And they'll find our episodes, but we have to record them and post them first. So the title of this one is Modern Woman Explains Why Smiling is Offensive. Now let's look at modern woman. Right. This is the language they keep using, because Kevin Samuels is 52, but a lot of his audience is my age and younger, young guys on the internet. They don't actually talk like that, but they want to talk like that because they want to pretend they're traditional. Bullshit. I don't go with that. And I know, Feasley, you do use that language too, right? Like traditional. These guys, they want to be traditional guys. Yeah. But it's like, you want to be a traditional guy, but it's like, you don't want to go in a motherfucking coal mine, nigga. You're a paper pusher. Right.
Well, like, I mean, when they say traditional, they mean traditional if you happen to happen to be in the most privileged position. So like if you were like the rich white guy who owned the mansion, not the driver, not the groundskeeper, not, you know, the guy who owns the mansion that hires the help. So that's usually when they say traditional, because of course, you know, when we say traditional, oftentimes that's like tied into conservative ideas, like the immigrants are taking your jobs or the blacks are on welfare. And so like there's this sort of belief that, but if I didn't have to pay all my money to like welfare queens, I could be that guy, or I'm supposed to be that guy, but I can't because they're not letting me be traditional, because this new modern shit like socialism involves things like welfare. or in this case, as they're talking about modern women, that's basically code for feminists, and also sort of a preview of what they actually want for women, which isn't just being home doing domestic things, but making it actually harder. When you get into people who get deep into the traditional woman and the domestic duties things, they're actually angry that we have so much modern tech, because women should have to spend more of their time doing domestic labor to be harder.
They're like going to college.
They have like washing machines and stuff, and you can just like order Uber Eats. It's not fair.
Oof. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So, and then we're looking at that, right? So we got modern woman
Mm-hmm.
explains why smiling is offensive. So obviously the title right there is like it. I know exactly who that's targeted at. The title, it's trolling, it's fake traditional, right? So why are they saying explains why smiling is offensive, right? Because it's sarcastic, right? Because it's not offensive to ask someone to smile,
right?
Hey, we're just being reasonable. Why wouldn't you want to smile?
Right. But that's also like intentionally with the titling to make it seem like they think all smiling is bad, which opens the door for the bad faith argument of, so I can't tell anyone to smile ever again. And it's like, that's not what we're talking about.
Right. And right. I'm not even playing the video yet, but like even in the comments, right? Like this is and I did not pre-read these. This is live on the spot. Demand B says, as a black man listening to this was heartbreaking. How many of us fellas have held the door and said hi and got the nastiest, ugliest, unappreciative look, much less a hello or thank you, and literally left a like sad face emoji, as it were.
I would like to see the evidence on that. How many times? Let's find out.
And women don't like, people don't owe you anything, especially women. If you open the door for someone, it just is what it is. Like, why would she have to be forced to smile and say thank you? Like, saying thank you is nice, but like sometimes you know where a man's coming from, and you don't even want to give him the smallest amount of attention because he's gonna think you want him. And
but exactly, that literally is that sort of like cis heteropatriarchal thinking, because if you open the door for another man, they're not going to be like, why didn't that man smile at me when I held the door open for him? And it's like, okay, well, I mean, and yes, thank you is polite, but smiling, okay, let's see.
Yeah, and really, I would recommend this. Just do a head nod.
Yeah.
Head nod. Hey.
Or do a little.
Yep, yeah, do the little put two fingers on your forehead.
But
throw a little salute.
Men are so creepy that you like some women. I get it because you can't do anything because they're literally gonna take like anything you do and just sexualize it. Like,
yep, yep, and then that's.
I know she wanted me. She smiled at me. Okay.
Like, no.
Yeah, or like anything that a woman's doing or saying, right? Like fucking. Here comes the boring one, right? Like she's going to the mechanic. I'd like to rotate her tires.
Oof,
right? Just literally everything. Just say it in that tone, and here we are. Here we are. Like, and then again, this is the manosphere, right? Which is very, very directly connected to 4chan. I'm not going to use the word. You know how notice what I didn't do right there? I just said connected to 4chan. You don't have to suffix everything with culture. All right, rhetorically grow the fuck up. So this is the name of the person on YouTube.
Okay.
Atlantic City. And then after that, this is still their name, all caps, no rubber. Rubber is misspelled. And their comment is, if she's not feeling you or interested, everything you do will be offensive.
Yeah, you know what's offensive? No fucking rubbers in 2021.
Maybe you're just offensive and that's why she's not feeling you.
And then King Backy, all right, that's a cool name. He said, I've heard white women complaining about being asked to smile too. I think it's just a popular feminist thing to be offended at men in general.
But they're the ones talking to the women. Like, why are they acting like women are just starting, like, going up to them and like giving them a stink look? Like, you're telling someone to smile and then you're mad at their reaction. Like, what?
Yeah. All right.
Well,
So
that is
what up?
because that is that culture where you they think that if you give a woman a certain compliment, what you think is a compliment, not what she thinks is a compliment, that should be good enough because you did your best.
Yeah. And so Kevin Samuels, and I've said this before, let's get this part way out of the way. And also, I like saying this part because it makes the homophobes go away. He's a handsome motherfucker. This is a big part of the sell with him because the manosphere has needed this. All right, because the manosphere, like as far as the internet age, is not new. And I remember following him close to the beginning of when like Paul Elam was setting up the a Voice for Men website. They had a blog talk radio podcast. Like they were getting it together. And I remember like, you know, social media followers can be a decent indicator of like how much your shit is cracking. And they like capped at 35,000 followers and were stuck there for like 2 years and really only bumped up to like 40,000 from that. And I haven't checked since 2018. Like they're just really not that popular. And a problem with it, a lot of it is the imaging. Paul Elam was the image.
Yeah.
And he's fucking ugly. And I mean, as far as like, even in a world with male privilege where men have always had body positivity, he doesn't look like the alpha that he pretends to want to be or that he's supposed to be. And then also he is white. And it's like, you don't want it to just look like a white thing. You want to make inroads to more people you can make money off of. You want to make inroads to non-white guys.
Right.
And O'Shea Duke Jackson got in, but I mean, yeah, black is beautiful, but not all black people are. O'Shea Duke Jackson is not a handsome man by any stretch. Like he's like, you can't put him in makeup. There's nothing you can do with this guy. It's just a very unfortunate blending of DNA throughout the centuries that created what is supposed to be his face. O'Shea Duke Jackson just got dealt a bad fucking hand when it comes to everything above his neck. Dead up.
That's probably not just above the neck.
His forehead straight up looks like the Transformers logo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's why when he was complaining about Instagram filters, I would always go, Niggatron, the Thotobots are using Instagram filters. Because he just looks like, it looks like the Transformers logo. I shit you not. Look at his forehead.
That's messed up. That's
right.
messed up.
But then here comes Kevin Samuels.
I don't get it. He's so not attractive. I think he dresses very well, but his face is not doing it for me. He's a good
looking fucking guy,
Here,
buddy.
I have pictures up. Yeah, his face is not doing it for me.
Yeah, and I'll have him
like,
on.
and not just because like I disagree with him ideologically. Like I really don't. Like if a guy like if I was single and a guy like that actually talked to me, I would actually have to think about it. Like I'm not kidding. Like I don't really like his face.
No word.
I think he's a great dresser though. Like I think you know his style is very put together. But
I understand why people like his style. I don't. I hate suits. I can't stand them.
Well, I mean, doing the lifestyle coach shit, I get the suit, but yeah, I don't know. I don't. I don't know about being attractive, but
yeah, I think he's a good looking guy. But then again, as a hetero man, you know, I'm probably the one who should be judging men's looks.
Which, oh man, I now I can't say it without putting myself in a box. Really?
Oh no, what happened?
I was like, I kind of like dudes who look a little more masculine. He doesn't look very masculine to me.
Oh no,
like he'd be like, girl.
Like I mean, I don't think he looks femme, but like he definitely looks like I work in a cubicle, and you know, like I would rather have a factory worker than a cubicle worker, and that's just kind of, you can take that how you will.
I think Derek Jackson looks better.
That's the funny thing, because and both of you said that, because he gets a lot of homophobic comments coming his way.
Yeah. I don't think he would have like femme, like, you know, assumed or, you know, what it perceived femme like gesticulations and things like that. But yeah, like he really just does seem like somebody who would be very just sort of like soft and gentle and doesn't like never gets like very that's a particularly bad one for your point. Like he doesn't you know, like he would never like yell during a football game or something, or he would never like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Like he just Like we can get together and talk about spreadsheets or something, or
God.
like
Like a
let's talk about our
very fancy,
taxes or something.
yeah.
Like I can't. I don't know.
You're a Midwest gal.
I got.
You want to watch a Bears game?
Want to watch a Bears
Especially-
game and have a have a beer.
y'all-
What he did to his picture.
Oh, God.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like there's just I don't get that like super masculine vibe, which was I think always something interesting to me because a lot of these like manosphere groups are always like, oh, women naturally want the masculine man and the protector, and I'm like, none of y'all look like that.
And men do not know what women want. And you can tell like with videos like this, I'm an alpha male, like they don't know what we actually want and what we're attracted to.
Alpha males aren't
Yeah.
even a thing.
And then and you do see some of these guys, like you can tell that they did the right thing, right? They got the gym membership
Mhm.
and they got some tattoos.
yeah,
And it's like, you realize you're still not that guy.
It's the too
Like-
perfect look.
Yeah. And you're also,
So
because
we just put together the put together.
You got some
Yeah, like-
muscles, but you don't know how to use them.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, they're just not masculine to me. Like I wouldn't.
And you also don't have a background that gives you a certain kind of willingness, which is what's funny to me about you guys. Cause like, you don't want to see a cat like me. You
Mhm.
don't want to see one of us guys because we have a willingness. So like if we end up in a combative situation, we're going to harm you quicker, but that is not this video, right? So let's start heading
Yeah,
toward, because I
sorry.
am going to get to that commentary on Kevin Samuels and this high value man shit,
Yes.
right? Because ooh, buddy, and that will be an ongoing theme. Remember, folks, this is gonna be a thing. All right, this ain't the last. All right. Modern woman explains why smiling is offensive. Let's break
Mhm.
down his style. I deliberately chose a shorter video,
Mhm.
15 minutes and 39 seconds. I'm setting the YouTube at 1.5 on the speed. So it's going to go time and a half to pick up the pace on it, but we'll
Alright.
still understand.
Until you like you're mentally preparing
Oh,
yourself.
All right. Here's my
Ready to
shoulder.
this stupidness, stupidity.
All right.
It bothers me on a level I will never be able to articulate. So let's just do the damn thing.
Oh, here, let me, I'll put it on regular speed for his intro music so you can see his whole style.
Okay.
Because again, the manosphere needed this. They needed a beautiful
You have a
black
camera on
face.
you?
I do not, but
Oh.
I have the screen share. Kevin Samuels is
Okay.
most of the screen, and then you two are background,
All right.
and
Got it.
and Bernie.
And Bernie.
Yeah. So he comes in, right? I mean, on some level, like, I get it. I like smooth black music. I get it. He's 52. Of course, he likes smooth black music. He's a Gen Xer. He was, he did his thing in the early 90s.
Mhm.
And but it's like, because I know who the majority of your audience is. So you're coming out here, like, you might as well just fucking name your say Kevin BBC Samuels, because this is pornographic to these white dudes watching.
Yeah.
Right? That
Yeah.
theme music.
Ultimate disagreement is that black women are vulgar, and we come across as like not wanting to have anything to do with the black man. We don't want to submit or give a black man any authority in our lives, and we're fighting and challenging the black man constantly. And I don't think that that's necessarily
And
what the real issue is when we come across things.
Now, this is part of the hustle, right? Because she is not a propagandist. She
Mhm.
is not a debater. She's just a regular person with an education and a job and an internet connection, and saw someone on the internet that she disagrees with, and they take phone calls. So she's given it a shot. And up against him with his prepared talking points, his suit, his background where he has like the wall painted purple, has a purple light,
Yes.
What up?
Oh, I just had a thought about the whole like debating in good faith thing as we were talking about earlier. Maybe part of the problem is that folks who think that like he's doing this in good faith thinks that he's going to do something outside of a talking point. Maybe they haven't realized that he's not going to change talking points and like have a new idea or a new thought or say a new thing. He's just going to find a way to bring it back to a previously existing talking point to stay on code or
But I think
whatever.
they're so addicted to it because like men that watch this really hate women, like so they
Oh,
love
absolutely.
listening to it. Like
yeah, I'm sure the men like loved listening to it because they love the talking points, but I think the people who are calling in, like maybe he's doing this in good faith, don't understand that he's only going to go back to the talking points. So if you don't know his talking points when you call in, there's no possible way you can win this quote unquote debate.
And this is also, there's a high key performative aspect. Like we don't have the studio set up to where more people can look at the screen at the same time yet. It's a little real, but it is doable. But like, he's already performing as she's speaking. He's deliberately making disapproving, inquisitive faces, which he's doing on purpose because he's on camera,
Right.
and that's part of the show, is that he makes that face like, what? She's full of shit. So like, even if you kind of agreed with her, but the guy who has everything together, right? He's got on the suit, his nice microphone with the green lights on it, his background, I can see the pictures back there, clearly an expensive place he's in. Like, oh no, this guy, if he disapproves already, then she must be full of shit.
Right.
And then also how she's stammering, she clearly must be full of shit. So let's keep going.
Challenging the black men constantly.
Oh,
can you tilt it?
Turn the screen.
Yeah.
She is trying to see this here screen. Ugh. Yeah, it's just I have so much stuff plugged into it.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I was literally like, can you?
Yeah, it's a lot of pluggery.
Ugh.
Very plugadacious. All right, there we are.
He looks exactly how like what he talks about.
And I don't think that that's necessarily, you know, what the real issue is when we come across as being vulgar. In my personal opinion, I've had people tell me that I come across as unapproachable just simply by the way that I look.
Hold on.
What up?
We also, if you insist on arguing with these people, you need to change your language. You need to, as soon as she said, in my opinion, I knew he was going to say some shit. And a second later, he did. You cannot say, I think, I feel, in my opinion, because they're going to be like, well, you are ugly. Your feelings don't matter. You're stupid. Your feelings don't matter. You're not high value. Your opinions don't matter. You cannot talk about feelings, intuition, opinion, my gut. It has to be straight. 2018 study said 62% of blah 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 blah. It cannot be in my opinion and I think and I feel and it just seems like, because they jump on that shit to try to discredit you and to gaslight you, quite frankly.
Yep, and he does. And look at that, Phoenix Calida has heard like 12 seconds and already knows what I deduced from literally, folks. I've played probably in, and you know what? I have them saved to a playlist somewhere, but without looking at that playlist to break up the show, I shit you not, like 20 hours. I've played like 20 hours. And when I say I played 20 hours, I mean, I literally paid attention to every second because I don't fuck around when Uncle Billy's doing his special research. It sounds like I'm putting Cheerios in my booty hole or something. Don't bother me. I'm doing my special research. And see if this is really honey nut.
Oh no! Oh
right.
no!
All right. Modern woman explains why smiling is offensive. Kevin Samuel says, "Hold on."
And the fact that that's even a screenshot with her face like that.
Yeah, and I just paused it. And then she's obviously just a person at home sitting in a relatively dark
She looks
room.
so aggressive. Why she looks so angry? Why can't she just smile?
Yeah, when she's just existing.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets paid actors.
Bitch, I was breathing. What?
I've thought of that too, but then man,
no,
the average person is average.
Yeah.
Who are you basing this off of? What the women think or what the men say?
In my opinion,
What men say.
Right there. Right the fuck there. What did he just say? What did I say?
What
You can't say, in my opinion, I think, I feel, my gut, because, and what the fuck did he just say? What did the women think and the men say? Fucking hate these people.
Who are you basing this off of? What the women think or what the men say?
What the women think.
Then if you based it off what the men say, you would be in agreement. The men say exactly what I just said. No, man. The men are unequivocal. The men are saying this is what you're doing. And what you're basically trying to say is, well, it's a
Now-
misunderstanding.
Keep in mind, he's saying the men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Wright is a man.
But also keep in mind, he started off by see the fucking gaslighting.
What the women think and what the men say.
That, but even before that, the men, like who's saying this, the men, and framing it as a man, and now saying because he says it, he is the men. So if he says it, the men say it. So now you thought wrong, like literally, you thought wrong.
Yep, and his thing is what he says is because of his work, he only works with high value men. And they tell them that these are their complaints about trying to find a woman these days. And these high value men, of whom are unnamed, unknown, and never come on the show themselves, they're totally saying this all the time. All right. It's kind of like how Alex Jones, he was talking to Donald Trump on the phone just yesterday.
Someone high up in the FBI told me.
Yep.
No, it's not a misunderstanding. Please explain how it's a misunderstanding when you say
Nope.
whoop your
Nope.
ass.
When he
That's
says
one
it's a
thing.
misunderstanding, ask him to explain how it's a misunderstanding. That's his idea. He can explain it. You don't need to answer.
You know what? I am going to do the normal pace because I want you to get the full breadth of his style because it is like deliberate. And even
Am I interrupting too much too fast? I feel like maybe I'm being like too fat or
nah, you're being a person.
okay. Well, I mean, because I feel like I can sense it, but I don't want to like be too pre-judgmental.
Somebody tuned in once that.
All right.
They came for that. And also, if that's how your natural reaction is, like as soon as that's why I'm looking at the screen and you, because I'm like, I see you do something, like pause it.
What's the misunderstanding?
I feel like not necessarily verbally saying that, but I feel like a lot of men just feel that if a woman looks a certain way, or I've had me smile beautiful, and I feel offended when a man tells me to smile because like sometimes I might be
Hold on, man. Man, you okay? Okay.
All right, let it rock.
Yeah, I just yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm already I'm just sensing where he's gonna pick her apart on that. I heard a lot of I feel again, and then got offended, but cut her off before she explained what was offensive. So now he is able to dictate that it wasn't offensive, even though she felt it was, even though he will never hear why it was. That's just my prediction.
Conversation with you, but you're gonna answer when a woman says something. You've heard a woman say something like that. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yes.
Okay, what does it mean when she says that? She's not really saying, she doesn't mean that?
What? Where did he
She
even?
means it probably.
I don't even remember that in the preamble.
Did he cut something?
What did that have to
Because
do with?
that literally didn't.
It was a weird cut how it jumped in.
Challenging the black man, constantly wanting to have any unity with the black man. We don't want to submit or.
Oh, you know what? Okay. So in the beginning, she was just saying a bunch of stuff that she thinks the
Oh,
guys
so
are
he
complaining
spliced
about.
her up and cut in where he.
And he's
Okay.
deliberately like cherry picking that particular phrase.
Okay.
He's disingenuous.
Oh wait, so we don't even know if the responses are her actual responses. The way it's spliced up.
He can edit them if he wants to.
Ugh.
Yeah, for the most part, it looks like they're not. And one thing that shows you where there's not a lot is because I too do a program, but I've heard his program live.
Yeah.
And the music is playing in the live recording. So
Okay.
when it's cut, you would hear the beat change.
Okay.
Yeah.
She means it probably.
Okay, then what's the misunderstanding?
At that point, there is no misunderstanding. I'm just defending.
Hey, now, if I'm interacting with someone and they are a cis black woman, to my understanding, and she says, "I'm a whoop your ass," I don't actually think that I'm going to be accosted today. Is accosted the right word? Or
Yes.
Is it, yeah. I don't think an accostation
And
is
it's like,
coming my way.
it's like, what did you say to make her say that? Because it's not something.
Before I even get there, did she say that in seriousness?
That's another one. And like even if it is serious, like you know damn well, again, nigga, I get to say this now. New Jersey, Washington, Orlando, Florida, Illinois, Michigan, coast to coast black people say that as a euphemism. a euphemism for I'm going to defeat you in what I'm challenging you at. I'm going to give you a talking to.
Right.
Or I'm just saying it because damn it, why did you do that? Right? It's another form of who closed last night.
Yeah. Yeah. And
whoop they ass.
And see, that's what because you keep answering him like he's asking you a real fucking question. He ain't asking you shit. He didn't mean that when he asked you that. He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. He didn't actually mean that because he's black. He has heard black people say, I'm gonna whip your ass in context that did not involve physical violence.
He is 52 and he is from the South and lived and worked in New York. Yes, the fuck he's heard it.
Right.
52-year-old.
He's
these older
goofy
than
ass
Snoop.
questions. Asking me these goofy ass questions.
Uh-oh, which one am I? Oh, okay, it's that. I'm messing up. All right.
My own perspective, when I've been told that I'm unapproachable because I come off that way, when sometimes it's just me just having a stale face. And I think that maybe sometimes it's not that women
you want to make this whole conversation about you?
Yes.
Yes.
We can't do that.
Yes,
because
I can.
You can justify everything you do.
Yes, I can.
So you can't make this conversation about you because you can justify everything you do.
But he's also justifying everything the man said that's absolutely true because the men said it, whoever the fuck the men are in this scenario.
I can't.
Yeah, but guess what? It ain't about just you. But let's take the point you made, since though that's how y'all want to do, make it all about you.
Y'all want to see it's about all black women now. Okay.
They're all the same. All modern women. These guys,
women.
like, even though it does land black and they call themselves the black manosphere, they know that they need that white man's money. So they make sure to not be too black and too specifically black as to bother the white men.
Yes.
These are very well-behaved boys.
Very.
All right. Kevin Samuels is a very good boy.
Nobody gets a suit like that without being well-behaved in one way or another.
That's right. Okay.
Somebody told you to smile. And you said you were what? Offended?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Because it's like, why is it?
No! God, she's failing already. Sorry.
Yep.
I know. I keep it. Oh, because she said because I feel, because in my opinion,
she's not a propagandist.
God, he's just gonna because what I hate is that I fully understand what she's saying of trying to explain how she feels in a situation, but because it's about her feelings and not something that's tangible, he's going to dismiss it, and so she's defeated before she's even started, and that is so frustrating.
My bad. I'm going over here real quick. We're still recording. But I'm just taking a glance. Does he have
these sexy things today?
The what? What is this?
Oh, he's live right now. Does he have a call-in number? God, it would be a fun time if you called in.
That would be so.
Maybe another day. You've had a bit of your beverage.
Yeah.
Actually, I know that's the main reason why you're having outbursts. Once that stuff gets in your bloodstream, it's on.
I mean, it's that, but it's also like this is, I don't know. This is like misogynoir is like a unique frustration for me. Like it is the one that sets me off unlike anything else. I'm just like, you just fucking.
That is someone who grew up watching Joe Pesci movies.
I did grow up watching Joe Pesci, but no, it's just like so frustrating because it's always seeing the same thing constantly repackaged, and I'm so tired of seeing it over and over again for a new generation. But also I think it's uniquely like personally for me like frustrating and harmful because I'm in so many spaces with black women who are the victims of this shit. Like every fucking day I'm in spaces with black women who are like, I fell for something like this and now my husband has all the money and he's abusing me and I can't leave, or I gave up on my life and dreams for this man because I thought I was going to die alone. And that would be like the worst fate of all time. And it's just like, I'm always stuck with like the victims of these policies. And I'm like, I hate it. So I think like that there's like a unique level of frustration to it for me. Like very unique. Because like, and I think that's the thing. Cause, as we're talking about like, Black women's spaces or Black spaces, like, we can have, like, we can get rid of the racists and the bigots and the coons and the homophobes and the transphobes, but you can't get rid of the victims of patriarchy. It's just like, so yeah, it makes me a little more angry than some other things that we cover.
So that's how you feel?
That's how I feel.
That's like how you feel?
That's my opinion. That's just how I like feel about the situation.
Okay, well, according to this study that I don't have near me, but just trust me, it exists.
On YouTube University.
Oh, Jesus. This guy is so full of shit.
For women to, well, especially for Black women to just always look a certain way. Like, why can't we just naturally be whatever we feel?
You got so I want to get this clear. Someone just says, "Hey, smile."
Part of the performance, right? Like he's overreacting as if he's so amazed that she said so, right? He leans all back in his chair,
right?
What, like he's
but
doing a show.
The question he's about to answer is not the question she asked, and that's also worth noting.
Oh, okay. And see, this is why it's better to have you here, right? more,
yeah,
right?
More
neurotransmitters.
Now, I'm kind of speaking for her, if you will, but when she says, why can't Black women just look how they feel? What she's really saying or asking is, if I'm having a bad day, why can't I look sad? If I'm having a great day, why does everyone else have to know I'm happy? Why is everyone else privy to my current emotional state? That's what she's actually asking. What she said was, why can't Black women just be how they feel or look how they feel? And like, that's part of the thing, is that I would argue even as a problem that Black women have is an inability to articulate things because you're not allowed to, due to, things like capitalism and patriarchy and white supremacy. You can't just flat out be like, I'm having a bad day and I'm going to look sad. Don't ask me why. That's perceived as rude. And so it's this, but why can't I just be how I feel? But like, I hear what she's asking. I can hear it. I can see it. I can sense it. But what he's going to respond to is someone was just trying to be polite and pay you a compliment and tell you that you could be even more beautiful and even a better person. And you got offended. Why did you get offended and upset that somebody wanted something better for you? How can you submit to a man if you don't like it when a man wants something better for you?
No, he's not. He's not going to say that.
I bet
That's
you
just
he's
how
going
you
to
feel.
That's how I feel. And I bet you $0.25 he's going to say something that ties into some shit like that.
Well, I only got a nickel on that table.
Well,
oh, you got a quarter.
Ha!
Damn it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all good.
Such a demand for women to, well, especially for Black women to just always look a certain way. Like, why can't we just naturally be?
And you saw how big he smiled, because he already knew. It's like, thank you for setting that up for me.
Literally.
Wonderful. Premise to punchline. His job is so easy. The white men are going to pay me so good for this here. Look at how I embarrassed this little nigga gal in front of you for your boss. Oh, boopy doo.
Whatever we feel.
You got so I want to get this clear. Someone just says, "Hey, smile," and it's offensive to you.
I mean, for the most part, it just comes across as like demanding, and I'm not saying
demanding.
That I feel. Yes.
Huh.
He's trying to think of what to say.
No, he already knows.
Oh no, what he's doing is he's making it look like what she's saying is so ridiculous that he's bewildered, but he's faking it. Yeah.
Or if you were giving him a charitable good faith actor read, that's a pause to actually think about what she said, because he's considering both sides.
That's what she's supposed to see,
right?
You see, but me as a propagandist,
no, his fans are seeing what you said, but people who think he's acting good faith are,
it's a pretty wicked like, it's skilled. This is a good boy. Like, this is the one you want. I'm telling you, get this boy on your plantation, he gonna get you million subscribers. You gonna get that white man money, boy.
Like, what if I don't feel like smiling? What if I'm in deep thought? What if I'm listening to something that's
This is where we're at.
And he starts cutting her off where she says, but what if I was in deep thought? And that's when he started to cut her off.
Right.
All right.
No, women don't think.
Yeah. Like, now say this is where we're at. And that's where these are some lines he loves saying. This is where we're at, and you can't make this stuff up.
Who decided this is where we're at? Where's the map? Where are the directions? Where's the treasure key? Who decided this is where we're at?
He did.
Okay.
We have civilized the world and done such a good job in first.
Whoa! Who is we, sir?
See? Now when he says we have civilized the world, whose talking points do you think that black man is saying?
White man,
that
Western,
is some white supremacy.
This is why I kind of lean on them being conservatives and Republicans, because like you could repackage this on Fox News so goddamn quick.
Literally.
He knows how to say what the white man wants.
Every time I say we, you'll literally stop me and be like, not we, Western European ideas. Same thing with him.
Which is super interesting to me because a couple of years ago, the MRA spaces were trying to be more racially inclusive and failed. Because they were posting stuff about like Emmett Till and things like that. And of course, because, you know, their whole thing is like women lie about rape. And so they were talking about like Emmett Till and cases like that. And the white men got really offended. We're like, it's not about race. It's about gender. It's because we're men. And they never really recovered. They found their recovery.
I remember that. In all irony, if I remember right, I think her name might just happen to be Karen. But the one in Canada that had the short haircut, she really started blowing this up because she was doing this shit before A Voice for Men.
Oh,
yeah. Like she was doing this shit like 2009 and 8 on YouTube, like talking this MRA shit and that modern women are just all fucked up. And like even where she told like to like discredit rape victims, she claimed she had a rape story, and she said that literally literally in that moment as walking away, she just shook it off right in that moment and said, well, that's what I get for being there. And said that's just how all women should be about it. Yeah, like she's been at it for a long time. But back to old Kevy Kev. All right, we have civilized the world.
Okay.
The first world. All right.
Like, what if I don't feel like smiling? What if I'm in deep thought? What if I'm listening to something that's
This is where we're at. We have civilized the world and done such a good job in first world countries to where women, in this case black women, are offended just to be asked to smile.
Pause. Didn't they just do a study and like the average savings of a black family in Baltimore was something like $3? Remember that shit? Like the net worth, not the savings, the net worth.
I think I get that blurred, so I don't.
Yeah. But yeah, just there's like 18,000 missing black girls and women right now. Abortions are illegal, highest infant and maternal mortality rates in the entire industrialized world. But yeah, smile. That's the only thing offensive happening. Not environmental racism, which again, you said appealing to white people, because if this was an actual black show, he would actually be pointing out how like black men have it worse because police brutality or something. That would have been the talking point if this was actually a black centered show. But
if it's white, it's to say we have civilized the world and made it. And notice they said even for you, a black woman, to have it easier. That you come on. Which on some level, you basically just said you're lower tier by race. But again, who's he speaking for?
Right.
He's a good boy.
Or offended just to be asked to smile. It's offensive.
It doesn't come off as a question of asking or requesting. It's almost a demand. Smile, beautiful. It's like, can I just relax?
Also, is there like the way he has her set up on the camera, does it have to be that zoomed in on her face?
I am noticing that her face is pixelated, which means there is an artificial zoom.
because the zoom is interesting to me because I'm seeing her eyes move a lot, which also typically like she's just rolling her eyes at us like she doesn't care. You know what I mean? So like that's yet another way to like discredit her for her feelings and emotions because of her facial expressions, because you can keep seeing her eyes moving. They're like very prominent to me, that the way her face is zoomed in on.
And when she gets like confused, because like you said, he just keeps going and going, she'll be like, so it shows
exactly.
Like, does she even know what she's talking about? Does she actually have a good argument?
Yeah. So also just noting, again, like, and I do, like you brought that up, I do think it's
and also the way her hand is, it looks like a fist on the side of her head, which is a pretty normal way to lean, but it looks like we're talking about Black women being aggressive.
Yeah.
So of course you would show the part of her face that has like a fist by her face.
Yeah, and it's pixelated, or whoever the producer is, like someone else is handling the camera.
Right.
Or handling the video streaming program. Yeah, because he might do it himself, but I know he works a soundboard himself during his shows, but I don't know if he works the streaming programs, you know, because this is a well-funded operation.
Right.
And, but yeah, like her side being pixelated versus his side in the nice, clear, high definition, like even that is like part of the propaganda.
You relax. And what's your relaxed face look like? Resting bitch face?
Not necessarily. But
no! Damn it. If a man says it's your natural face, resting bitch face, you say, what does natural bitch face look like?
Oh.
What does it look like?
Oh, and then what, he has no idea, right?
Yeah, because you look serious or confused or sad or depressed. Like what is a natural
I bet you if you did that, he'd say, no, you came on my show. I need to ask you questions.
You're the one who called it bitch face. What does that? You said that. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Can you? This is a language you use. I don't understand. Can you explain it to me?
Yeah, I'm not a feminist. I don't talk like that. What are you talking about? I've never heard of this.
I've never heard of it. I don't know what that is. What is resting bitch face? Explain it. Yeah, when in doubt, ask someone to explain it.
Just
How about if no one said a damn thing to you? What if every man just left you the fuck alone?
Fine.
Excuse my French. What if every man just left you alone? What if no black man said anything to you? Just ignored you? Would that be better?
No, I'd be really sad.
No,
men literally think like, especially with Black women, that they're giving them like, you should be grateful that I'm even giving you attention. It's like nobody.
But also
wants
keep
your
in mind the way that he's framing it as a zero or nothing. It's either you have to let these men say smile, or no man ever talks to you again. There can be no respectful, hey, I would like to get to know you.
Right.
So keep in mind that's also part of the propaganda here, is that it has to be one or the other.
And it's like men are not the.
Wait, do you be having these thoughts when you watch this shit?
Probably not as much, because when I'm watching them, I don't pause it. Oh. I don't. Yeah. So I actually just have to listen. Yeah.
Oh, so you want us to engage you the way you want to be engaged, but you don't want to engage us the way we like to be engaged.
But that's the same argument that
But no. He said the way we like to be engaged. If you're going up to a woman and telling her to smile, she's not engaging with you. You're engaging with her. So what you actually said is, I don't want to engage with you if you will not respond accordingly.
And it's saying like, the way I engage with you should be like it's about me, but you're trying to get the woman. So how are you a dating coach, but you're teaching what men like, but they're supposed to be getting women? So shouldn't it be what women like? Like
it ain't dating coaching, it's entertainment.
So men want you to
see right there. He's working the soundboard. He just put a whip cracking sound.
Oh, is that what that?
Yeah. See, so yeah, that's him. Where you saw his hand move down to click it on the soundboard.
So many white fans. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Would that be better?
No, I'd be really sad, honestly.
What?
Oh, so you want us to engage you the way you want to be engaged, but you don't want to engage us the way we like to be engaged. Makes a whole lot of sense.
So men want you to. Did he slap me?
Yes, I slapped.
Oh, it's a slap. Yeah, and yes, I slapped you. See that? And but then also look at this, because but she's got, it's because it's funny to her that he would even do something that silly, so she's kind of laughing. So then how does that reach the target male audience? They think it's funny when you slap them. Which one do I keep pointing out?
Domestic violence.
They hit you because they like you.
Yep.
You want another one?
You want another one.
And she
then,
stayed on the phone. Get off the phone.
And this is why we're doing this programming, because now what we're doing is repackaging this. And you know what? Excuse me if I may speak to the capitalists for a second, because I know you're tuning in because you want to thumb down the video. But you see, what I'm doing is I'm adding value to the product. Kind of like what I do when I do factory work, right? Yes, this plastic comes in and this product comes in. If I run a machine that packages this product into this plastic, I've added value to it. So if I take Kevin Samuels' bullshit show and then we add our commentary to it, we've added value to it. We're capitalists too. We improve things.
Could you put it back a little bit? I want to hear what she said that led him to doing that.
No black man said anything to you, just ignored you. Would that be better?
No, I'd be really sad, honestly.
Oh, so you want us to engage you the way you want to be engaged, but you don't want to engage us the way we like to be engaged. Makes a whole lot of sense.
So men want you to.
Oh, he slapped after he.
Yes, I slapped you. You want another one? Because
Hold the fuck up.
What up?
He just chastised her for not engaging for the way men want her to be engaged and then slapped her in the face twice.
Yep.
And notice his face when he does it. He stays stone face. It's not funny to me that I'm slapping you.
But again, he's chastised. He got angry
Yeah.
that she did not want to engage with him the way he wanted to engage with her.
Yeah.
So he slapped her twice in the face. That is what just happened.
It's
yes?
what he's doing with the soundboard.
I mean, yes, with the soundboard, but that is the idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I obviously know it's not going to be her next question because she is not prepared for this. But my next question would be, why do you feel that domestic violence is appropriate for women who disagree with you?
Wait, is it domestic violence, right? Because they're not a couple. So he's talking about slapping a stranger.
All right. All right. Why is assault and battery appropriate for women who disagree with you? That won't be her next question, but it should be.
Black women are the only group of women I've ever heard that get offended when someone says smile. You know, I heard a black
You're
woman
lying.
who's a femininity influencer.
A liar.
Talking to black
A femininity influencer. These are not real jobs. The fuck?
Influencer.
Who's a femininity influencer, who's talking to black women who said they want to be more feminine, who said they want to get husbands.
You don't have to be feminine to get a husband, baby. Come on
bet
now.
he's talking about fucking Roe.
I would not be surprised, honestly. There's there's two other ones, but yeah.
Okay. So maybe another one.
Mm-hmm.
Femininity influencer who's talking to black women who said they want to be more feminine, who said they want to get husbands. And this black woman on her Facebook page just went and asked her black clients, her black followers, hey, just smile at every black man you see today. And they tore that woman apart for months.
I actually believe that's not real at all, actually.
If you smile, like, let's say you walk up and down this street, how well would things work out for you to smile at every single black man? You've sat on this porch and seen some of the brothers up and down the street.
Probably
You want to walk by him and smile and see how that works out for you?
No, it's the last thing I want to do.
Even before we get there.
Yeah,
obviously it's incredibly unpragmatic. So please don't. But I would like to know who this influencer was. If she was dragged for months, I should know who that is and have the receipts. I'm in enough black groups with black women. I don't know who this is. I would like before we continue this, I would like evidence. Who is this influencer and what was said about them?
Right.
He doesn't have to prove it. It's my show.
But and his whole thing is like, oh, men want this type of woman, so you should be that. But like, we're supposed to just accept every man and smile at every man. Like, how about I smile at the men that I actually want? Just like how you go for the women you only want. Like,
yeah. Or women just engage in capitalism. That's what they set it up for, right? pull yourself up by your bootstraps and then just take care of each other.
It almost seems like they're changing the lighting on her face to look like she's like crying the more and more this goes on.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing that much. Am I?
Think about how low of a bar you're talking about. That man didn't ask you to go have sex with him, do any sexual favor, give him some money. He just said smile, and you find it offensive? Huh. Wow.
Kevin, I
How
smile when I
ridiculous
feel
that
like
sounds.
smiling. I smile when I
That's
feel
why I
like.
said
And
that
now,
ninja-
see, here we are because of everything about I think, I feel, and now she has set herself up that she says, I smile when I feel like, which is absolutely appropriate.
Yeah, because
That is
now
an
she's
absolute-
frustrated.
Right. But
But
that's
now she's being an angry black
she's
woman.
being, and there was an absolutely appropriate boundary. I will only smile when I feel like smiling. But now he has, you really won't submit. You didn't I just say that like 3 minutes ago? You really won't submit. You really don't want a man. You don't blah, 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 blah. And now we're here. I'm pretty sure I said like 5 minutes ago this was coming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm in a
Just leave you
joyous
alone.
mood.
Then mention.
But I have a man, and I smile at him regularly.
But that's not the point. We're not talking about.
Oh, so she's not even single. What
But
did
that's
you?
not the point.
But then,
that was
so what
just
I'm
the
betting
point.
is she probably figured I'm not single. I'm gonna call in and make. But then again, you're still not a propagandist,
Mm-mm.
and you're not familiar with his propaganda.
Right.
And also, he's a bad faith actor. I want people to just not call in.
right. Grifter.
Just
grifter,
don't.
grifter.
There's no reason.
Right.
He's a fuck around artist. That's it.
Yeah.
It's all, like you said, improv and talking points. Improv that goes back to the talking points.
Mm-hmm.
And he's definitely pimping the older black man thing, right? The older black man that's kind of quirky. Because like I've actually also, because there's a bunch of these clips, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But I've actually sat down and watched like his 2-hour shows where he'll do like a 40-minute monologue. And yeah, he's full of fucking quirk and ready to, well, be a good boy and entertain them.
Mm.
Your man. I said that black men were just to avoid you and leave you alone because they can't predict whether or not what they're going to ask you, which is not an offensive thing. Asking you to smile.
Also an absolute lie, right? To imply that if a woman gets offended, she's going to enact, a black woman gets offended, she's going to respond physically, because all she could do is just walk away from you or roll your eyes or say that's not appropriate or I'm not doing that. But his jump is to say that, well, a black man can't trust you because if you're offended, who knows what's going to happen? Okay. I hear that.
Kevin Samuels.
There's nothing to be offended by. So what you're telling black men is because you're going to ask me something that's inoffensive, but I can take offense. Black women, I got to let you know, you guys are the masters at being offended by the inoffensive.
See? Now, remember, who's he speaking for?
White men. This is absolutely white propaganda.
So what you're telling black men is because you're going to ask me something that's inoffensive, but I can take offense. Black women, I got to let you know, you're going to ask me something that's inoffensive, but I can take offense. Black women, I got to let you know, take offense. Black women, I got to let you know.
That black women, I got to let you know. I hate being someone to say blanket statements like, no nigga talks like that. That's
No nigga
damn near
talks like
white
that.
man scripted.
Yeah. But also the
Right?
fact that he said, also, what did he say? It's inoffensive, but you can find offense. The gaslighting.
Can you make it more clear for simple people like me?
Oh, because he's saying as a fact, it wasn't offensive, but you're offended. The problem is you.
I'm in there. Like,
You guys are the masters at being offended by the inoffensive. So black men, leave women like her alone. When you see her, don't say shit to her.
Thank you. That's
Good.
Let her and her man rock out. The rest of y'all, leave her alone. Don't say nothing to her. Don't say hi. Don't say bye. Just let her be.
My man
Because
would
you don't
agree.
want
Right,
to
which-
offend her.
Also,
she
again,
just said my man would agree with that.
you love to see it.
That's funny.
What are you were about to lace?
Mm. I was just about to say, but again, he's doing that like all or nothing thing. Oh, so if I can't tell you to smile, I can never talk to you. But now it's if you can't tell her to smile and she doesn't smile, don't talk to this woman.
And
when you
then-
see her, don't talk to her.
But then
It's
they
like-
hate hoes. They're like women that are too friendly with every man. That just means she sleeps with every
Right.
man.
If I'm dating a female, she can't have no male friends. Oh,
But we're supposed to be
damn.
friendly and smile to everyone. Like they're so contradicting.
And then also one thing that I know damn well is performative, that he is just going to blatantly demand that black men do or don't do something. Mr. Sir, I'm going to need you to be able to whoop my ass before you can do that. Because Kevin Samuels cannot beat my ass. High value, nigga. You gonna need it for medical bills. Don't come up to me talking like that. I swear to fuck, even his gesticulation alone, like
that's a good screen cap though, with the just thinking of this.
right, I'm such a blue collar guy. Like, I don't buy this shit. I know what's under that suit. I know how delicate it is. Like, I know that you are one of the funniest things I've ever heard. It was from a cis gay man said it to another cis gay man. He said, oh yeah, no, like your body's okay. You're skinny fat.
Yes.
Yeah,
skinny
like
fat. Yes.
like you're skinny, but you have fat where all your muscles are supposed to be. And that's what's under that suit. There's fat where all his little muscles are supposed to be. And it's like, so really, fuck skin and bone. You have flab and bone, and flab is soft. So no, you don't stand up and make no motherfucking demands, right? And this is something I said this was going to come later, and we will get back to the video, but this high value man shit don't really mean shit to me, buddy chief. Because when it goes down, like one thing that you're going to see coming up as we cover buddy chief.
Oh, I said when this nigga say buddy chief, you about to talk some shit.
Oh god. With these fucking guys, like one thing that you're gonna see come up regularly is about how women need men for when shit gets tough. But they're blanket stating men. And the funny thing is they really focus on this high value man thing. And it's like, nigga, you so-called high value man, you need me. All right, you paper pushers need blue collar people, because if shit goes down, okay, let's see. There's a working class woman over here who's a decent person, and she looks a little frustrated sometimes and doesn't say anything when I hold the door for her. And then there's this nigga Kevin Samuels. Now we got a major problem, which is gonna need us to fix plumbing. It's gonna need us to fix electrical, and we're gonna need to do some woodwork. And only men like me do work like that. My bad, Kevin. Looks like your house is gonna crumble in shit. And I hope you don't get an electrical fire. I don't have time to do your rewiring. I'm gonna go help the decent person.
Yep.
Because y'all ain't like that. Y'all don't actually do this shit. You think you can do them DIY shits off of watching YouTube? Nigga, that's how you get literally smoke in your mirrors, my good man. I accidentally clicked play, but fuck it, let it play, because what I'm riffing about, like, there'll be plenty of times where they say shit that makes that come back, especially because we're gonna get into his monologues, because that's where he gets that laissez-faire libertarian shit going. What up? Oh, my bad, yo. Shit. This thing, when I click, it goes wacky.
Oh, because we were talking earlier about like he has like a lot of like sort of a lot of hand gestures.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder if that's like just to show off his hands, to show how white collar he is. I'm actually wondering if it's part of the propaganda now, to be like, I'm an office worker. I don't do things with my hands. Like, not really.
I wonder, I think it's more of the performance. I think
Part of the
everything
performance.
else around him shows a class status already, until where like he's moving them because it's just part of the show, right?
Okay.
Like, again, I'm black and I talk with my hands. Got a lot of personality, boss. Look at how I handle the niggers. Look at how I do it for you, boss. It'd be better. Like, can she be my salad man when I was done?
Oh, ew.
Let her be. There she is.
Yeah, let me be.
She GIF'd.
She's like,
Yep, she lit. I wonder if she had that drink there on purpose for that.
she's like, that's what I want.
Does that work for you?
I mean, you're not wrong, Kevin. If you was wrong, I would tell you that you're wrong. You're not always wrong. You're wrong about something, but you're not wrong about that.
People keep being nuanced
Girl,
with his ass.
why? Girl.
So the audio is she's on a telephone and he is on a I don't think it's a condenser microphone, but he's on a professional microphone. And she just said, "You're not wrong. You're wrong about some things, but you're not wrong, Kevin. I would tell you if you were wrong."
So she's a subscriber of his, but she, I guess, disagreed with this but agrees with everything else.
Which is also like, again, your fucking answer should have been, yes, tell them not to speak to me until they can say more than smile.
That's why he's going to
come to me with a conversation and then we can have a conversation.
He probably has so many videos with actual arguments with like people like that are smart, but he just doesn't post them, I'm guessing.
And that's why you can't call in, because he has the power to edit it, really.
Yeah. But also not, because remember the other one, he is live. Like these clips are from the live shows.
Yeah. But yeah, that should be the answer. Yes, correct. Tell them not to speak to me until they can tell me something more than smile. You're a high value man, show me value. Telling me to smile is not value.
Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Practice what you preach, my nigga. Practice what the fuck you preach.
You see, but high value men don't have to. I actually don't know how he would respond, because
it's giving.
Yeah, maybe
money.
we should set it up. Maybe you should call in. But I think we have to really create a character for you to play first, right? Actually,
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't even get anywhere if I called in, because they're just gonna clown me for being fat and be like, "No high that, no."
They
real
like that. They like that though. They'll want to keep you on longer to do that for the segment, but you can still actually.
But his whole argument would go like, because it'd be like, you can't get a man, but you have a man. You're married.
Let me tell you how many dicks are in my inbox right now,
right?
And I don't even know who they're attached to.
Oh, they say, well, what they'll say that is that doesn't mean high value men want to marry you, because their thing is you can say no to all them, because their talking point there is women control sex, men control relationships.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah, so like women can say no to sex, but men can say no to being in a relationship or say no to getting married legally.
Okay. Well, I can say no to being in a relationship with someone who won't marry me, and everybody goes home happy.
My best guess that he would say to that is, "This is the problem with the modern woman. Hang up on it." I think he would literally say it as well. Hang up on
like, if he hung up on me, that would be hilarious. Please let that be my claim to fame, because
you should actually call in as Phoenix Kalita, actually. Just use the name, because all you're gonna do is win. And then also, I'll literally be recording it on my end, so if they do try to delete it, it goes up anyway.
Or if he edits it,
we
have the real version.
Yep. All right, let's keep going.
Maybe, I guess, if Black women did smile more, we wouldn't come across as unapproachable. But like I was saying, there are women who just are relaxing and they're not in the mood to smile. They're not in the mood to, engage in,
Go back to, I think it was while we were recording. I mean, or maybe it was before we were recording. You said something like to Olivia, like, if you went outside right now without makeup on and just walked down the street, would a dude try to talk to you? And you said yes. Were you smiling?
No, that's when it bothered you more, actually.
And yet they say, well, maybe they would talk to me to smile. You don't have to smile. They'll talk to you anyway, I promise.
And that's the whole thing. If they're telling you to smile, that means you weren't smiling and you still talk to her. So
if they're telling you to smile, that means you weren't smiling and they still talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Random men's eye contact and it just doesn't feel necessary to just randomly smile at every man that you see. Doesn't it come off as promiscuous?
What? God damn it!
Yeah, I am hoping that in the future we get you to respond as it goes along.
Okay.
No sorries. Please, no more. New rule: women are not allowed to apologize in this house.
Keep playing
even damn it, like even if you are wrong, because it really is a bad habit.
Yeah,
very bad gendered habit.
This is reflective of the utter lack of respect that many Black women have for the overall Black male image. Again, I don't hear any other race of women being offended.
Now, remember, before we started playing this, there was one in the comments section that said, no, white women do this too, sadly.
Mhm.
You know, but the thing is, like, they love their blanket statements. I've never heard this. I've never heard that. In 5 decades, again, he's 52.
Right. Again, also, you really haven't
Really lying fuck.
truly. Yeah.
In New York, like, literally, New York is like the, I don't have a word for it, but the word that I don't have for it of street harassment.
Meta Center.
Yeah,
Capital.
or like just the sort of default that people think of. You think New York construction worker. He worked in New York after college.
Right.
And it's because you're not harassing those other women because you're like, oh, white women, no, I can't. But you think it's okay to harass black women.
But white men are harassing white women, and white women talk about that. And then black men say that white women talking about white men harassing them broke up the black family. I don't know.
At the notion of being smiling or being friendly to their men.
Granted, but I never hear black men tell white women that.
Because they don't have to.
So she never heard black men tell white women to smile, and he yells because they don't have to. I'm going to use the word feel here. I don't typically, but I've never been in a situation where I feel like I need to go find a white woman to tell to smile.
But also that implies that white women are
smiling
at black men with regularity.
And white people do that to they do that to everyone, to all black people. At least I've seen it a lot. So it's
not
like
a real smile.
It's not a smile. It's more of like I don't know why they do that.
And there also could be like a class thing and a culture thing. Like there are some people that just put on the performative smile, which frankly I don't like. Like, we're strangers. Don't look at me and do a weird ass closed mouth smile and then keep walking. Right. That's creepy.
But I mean, again, talking about how he's pandering basically to white supremacists, because even have a high value NFL player, an NBA player, a black actor, a high value black man, celebrity, and make a video of him going down a street and telling white women to smile. Please, let's see what happens.
Shoshana Roberts.
They smile. They don't have to. They don't have to tell other racist women because they're naturally.
Now notice how when he says this, statistics don't matter. Just literally every single woman classified as white across the planet is all smiling at all times at all men.
But also he just said naturally and then vaguely gestured. They're naturally what?
Oh, let me see that.
Because they smile. They don't have to. They don't have to tell other racist women because they're naturally. They smile.
They smile. So again, other races of women are just naturally walking around smiling all the fucking time. This is the thing when I'm talking about with bad faith actors. It's not just he's a bad faith actor. He has a bad faith audience. Because if his audience was acting in good faith, it wouldn't just be that one guy in the comments pushing back on that. Everyone would be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Kevin? Really? You just said that all women that aren't black are just smiling at all men all the fucking time. Really? Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Bad faith audience, bad faith actor. Like, just don't engage them. Stop calling. I know, again, you think that you're different. You think you're unique. You think that out of billions of years of mammalian evolution, you're the one. You're the missing link to the next step of fleekness or whatever the fuck. You're super not. You're so not. And you're not going to convince someone with a profit motive to not do what just dramatically increased their net worth in 1 year. Stop it.
You can't make this shit up, man. I mean, I'm struggling to stay on the path.
Yeah, again, I said that's one of his things. You can't make this up is one of his things he loves to say.
What is it? What is it?
That sentence he couldn't finish.
You can't make this shit up, man. I mean, I'm struggling to stay on the path because this makes sense to you.
I mean, yes.
So avoid women like this. And if black women don't want anybody to tell you to smile, and you don't want to have to engage somebody in a cordial, friendly, polite way, then by all means, you shouldn't have to. And no one should have to be subjected to possibly offending you. So it would be better for them to err on the side of just don't deal with it.
That's not what she said, though.
Nope, it isn't.
Not what she said at all.
But he's full of shit. It's that, I mean, and then what do white people say? America, don't like it, leave. Love it or leave it.
Yeah.
Take all men's abuse or leave it.
Leave.
Yeah, leave. Literally, fucking leave it. Leave the show. Leave patriarchy. Focus on being a greedy fucking capitalist yourself. And once you got the funding together, just take care of other women.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes excluding me as well. I'm not fucking special. And I have male privilege. I'm fine. What happened? Phoenix Calida just bugging. You rolled your eyes inside your eyes. That was wicked. I do too have male privilege, Miss Colored.
I know
ma'am.
you do. But, you
right.
know.
Well, what happened?
You know.
No, you're doing a Kevin Samuel sentence.
I just.
Again, we're talking about.
What happened? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Oh, this fucking guy. You don't like the fact that this video is only 50% done.
Oh, geez.
All right, so let's just let it party for a bit.
All right.
Somebody just saying, hey, smile. Not, hey, do a sexual act or give me some money. Smile. And then you turn around and say, well, I don't hear them saying it to other races of women.
No, I can't just let it play.
I
Actually, I
can't.
can't.
Yeah, I can't either. Oh my god.
Yeah,
and this is why, because I'm like so concerned. Like if we just keep playing, I'm gonna forget all
Wait,
like the little things.
let me see if you were thinking the same thing I was.
I was thinking
right?
like 5 things. Probably
okay,
one,
I
probably
only
one
got
of them
one.
is it. Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be one of them. Fucking, but they're not saying come to a sexual act. Okay, but that always comes next. Every single time. That's always the next thing. So we should actually just hop right there. Really? I wonder if somebody should just call in and be like, I want men to stop asking me to fuck in public.
Yeah, because I think that that's like part of his disingenuousness around that is that he's framing just ask you to smile as like its own separate thing. And then if you smile, a dude tries to talk to you, that's a whole other thing. But those are the same interaction. And so he's trying to pretend they're like separate things because he's trying to pretend that it's not going to lead to other things, or that like just asking someone to smile is not unoffensive. So that was a thing. And now I just really did forget the rest of the things. And this is what happens.
Oh shit.
But
run it back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you're in there. I ran it back a bit.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Just,
let it
because I forgot I had another thing, but
okay.
You don't want to have to engage somebody in a cordial, friendly, polite way, then by all means, you shouldn't have to.
if you don't, so he's saying that if you do not smile at men, you are being impolite. That is impolite not to smile at strangers. So much for stranger danger, my friends. It's impolite if you don't smile at them, actually.
And no one should have to be subjected to possibly offending you. So it would be better for them to err on the side of just don't deal with it.
Right. So because they came up and violated your autonomy and your space, they are now being subjected to your calls for autonomy. Like they're being subjected to you. How the fuck are they? You walked up and told her to smile. How are you being subjected to whatever the response was? That was your choice. That was a choice you chose. Like, what are you doing? You're not being subjected to the consequences.
Yeah,
What?
this one cannot be Patreon only. I think the Kevin Samuel shit has to all be public.
Yeah, and I know
Yeah.
I'm sorry because like I can't stop talking because like every sentence I hear a thing and it's just
Oh,
my
no,
God, it's so
whoa.
much.
Sorry for what?
I wanted to let the segments play, or I wanted to let pieces play longer, but I find myself unable.
I did too. We both couldn't do it.
Damn.
That's why we're together. We both can't do it. We both can't fucking take it.
Wow, I love stupid bullshit like this.
God damn it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
Oh my God, just running back on it. What did we used to do?
Mm.
Go to MRA's pages and laugh at their profile pictures and stupid ass posts and sit on the phone till like, what the fuck was our problem? 3 a.m. and shit. I used to literally just not sleep some nights and just be like,
that.
well,
And I would
looks like
just
it's
be,
5. I gotta
on the
go to
phone
work.
with you at work. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and then toward the end, because like that last year at Boston Market, I'm working with fucking Michael
right.
Christian Simi
How much
again.
longer is this video?
Let's wrap it.
Okay, wait, because I have to pee.
Oh,
So
you need
I
to take
can,
a
like,
break.
pause, yeah. Thank you.
Too.
Oh shoot. Okay. I
can
don't
go
know if
first,
it can
then
let
I'll
me
come.
pause the live recording. So looks like you wine cellar listeners are gonna get a little bit of news while folks take bathroom
Woo!
breaks. All right, the both of yous
Thank you.
go do a little tinkle binkle.
Well,
Thank
that
you.
way it can be
Okay,
Auntie
you
can
go,
go
but
first.
you go. No, you go first because you can move faster.
Okay.
I got to get down the stairs.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's how we play it. All right, so they are taking a break. And this is something we got coming at you, folks. More of this Kevin Samuels business. Let me go ahead and switch the camera, and I'll take a look at. Oh, Phoenix Leader done fucked around. Oh shit! Really? Ah, damn it! Why?
Don't say I never did anything for you.
Phoenix Leader's yelling off mic, just like a black woman that won't smile, yelling off mic. All right. Let's try to figure out what's happening in this world. All right, so break from Kevin Samuels, and we're going to Florida. Why? Because that's where we're going, and it's on the Daily Beast. All right, not a normal website for me. Ooh. But down there in the Dayton Beach shores in Florida, the police fellers, well, their blue lives were mattering, and they needed to arrest a white life that also mattered. And and the reason why is because he allegedly tried to throw stuff onto the roof of a cocktail bar. And you don't go around throwing stuff on the roofs of cocktail bars, all right? So his name is William Hodge. He's a 32-year-old individual, so he's young to me. He told the police fellers that he was, quote, teaching an alligator a lesson when he threw it. You see, because the thing is, he stole this gator from a miniature golf course and tried to launch it on top of a beachside cocktail lounge after a wrestling match. He then proceeded to slam the gator on the ground by its tail. What the fuck kind of fucking prehistoric animal abuse? This nigga just picked up a mini dinosaur and started slamming it? Yeah, Florida man threw a gator at a cocktail bar.
What's up with them throwing alligators?
He's gatoring? Man, I don't know.
That's like something you would see in a cartoon. Like all the Florida stories are just cartoon episodes.
They are all the Florida stories. Let's see. He was charged with possession and injury of an alligator, unarmed burglary of an occupied dwelling, theft, criminal mischief, and animal cruelty. Wait a second. So, because remember, these are all separate charges. So he's charged with injury of an alligator and what's that other one I just saw? Animal cruelty. So, like, injuring an alligator is its own law down there? I need to know more about that. I need to know, like, if that's just a charge they brought up somehow, or if that is actually a law. Like, you can't go around injuring gators specifically.
Probably.
Maybe.
And especially in Florida.
Seems like it's part of the white Southern culture. Yeah, just gatoring. Like, even back when I was just a child growing up in Washington State, a movie came out called The Program. Fuck, I have that movie, actually. And one of the things they did, the white guys, the southern white dudes, they had an alligator and they let it out in the shower at the black football players. Yeah, like it's just in there. I mean, it's fiction. It's a movie.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot for a second. I was like, why would they do that?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we know why.
Yeah, but that's extreme.
Yes. So he's got all these charges. Oh, excuse me. And records indicate that Hodge, who is from Homestead, Florida, he does not have an attorney, and the gator was returned to the Congo River Gulf. All right, so that is going on, and Phoenix Calida is the person that done got it going. Put that telephone back where she can grabberize it. Oh, and Phoenix Calida is back there. We did alligator things, and we are back to Heaven's Hamius.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's get to Samulin.
Again, we're talking about somebody just saying, hey, smile. Not, hey, do a sexual act or give me some money. Smile.
Oh, right. That was
And
the
then you
thing.
turn
Was his assumption, or the way he's framing it, is that it's just, hey, smile, beautiful. It doesn't necessarily include the level of threat or menace that is awfully oftentimes in the just smile sentence or in the situation.
Yeah. And again, folks, you're not going to get them to stop being disingenuous. They're never going to not be that. That's the only way they know how to function.
I say, well, I don't hear them saying it to other races of women. Learn something. Those other
What
races.
am I learning from that though?
How to get a husband and keep one.
So if I'm just like, okay, and so just hear me out.
No.
Oh, wait. So is she... I hate the way people talk. So when she said my man, is she actually single and just saying my figurative man?
No, I think I feel like she actually has a boyfriend.
I think she has a boyfriend, but not a husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that might be the thing. But yeah, again, she's going back to the I feel like thing. I can, yeah.
Yeah. They just don't, but you know what? They can't help it because, and especially if you are black, like he kind of looks like the preacher or the principal, the old black man that's got it together, and he talks like it too.
Right.
The image is there, and the fact that he still has his hairline helping him big time. That's a big help.
If I'm just having a normal walk through the park and I'm minding my own business, a man's, having a normal walk in the park as well. He randomly said to me, smile. I should just smile at him?
Well, ma'am, apparently it's happened enough in your life to where this is becoming an issue.
Also, peep how he didn't just say yes or no. Because if he did say yes, then that would open up the door for women to be like, and I did, and this is all the horrible things that happened. So he will not actually say yes or no.
And then why? And then he won't say no.
Right. He won't say no, because if he says don't smile at them, then that's just you being disagreeable and not wanting to submit to a man. But he won't say that it's yes, because he literally knows what the consequences are, because he's disingenuous.
It can't be just a one-off. Oh, no, hold on. It can't just be a one-off situation. It's enough to where you actually decide to call into a broadcast and make it an issue. So the fact of the matter is you...
And keep in mind, he said, and make it an issue. Now let's go back to the title of the video. Explains why smiling is offensive and why we said why that title in and of itself is trolling and disingenuous. Because this is something that the manosphere is always making a deal of. Right. So she didn't call in and make it a big deal. They made it a big deal. And also men constantly telling women to smile or making it a big deal. You have a whole ass day, my man. What in the blue? Like, if you're one of these men that likes to tell women to smile, nigga, tell me why. What the fuck? Mind your business. You got shit to do, don't you? Aren't you a high value man? Why are you even in the same grocery store as her? You're too high value for Publix.
Thank you.
Nigga.
That's how you know he actually knows that like the people watching are not high value men, or if he's teaching them to be high value men, because why would someone of high value tell someone else to smile? Like, I doubt that's the last thing they're worried about.
I should also define for you what he calls high value, because it's his arbitrary bullshit. You have to make $10,000 a month for 5 years, and other high value men have to have you in their circles and recognize you as a high value man.
Is he even a high value man himself? $10,000 a month for 5 years?
For 5 years, yeah, because
Is
he's probably
he
making
even a
that money
high-value
now,
man?
but
And who are these high value men vouching for him?
The mechanic I worked with that made 5 G's a week, never heard of him.
and does he tell women to smile?
No. Oh, gee. Well, actually, you know what? Well, let me talk. I only see him at work. Yeah, so I don't know what he does outside of work. And you know what? He probably does. He probably does, because he is one of those old patriarchs. He's from you know, his cultural background is Catholic Mexican, and he mostly grew up in Texas. Oh, he tells women to smile. I guarantee goddamn to you. Like, he doesn't even have a Mexican accent, but like the culture is there.
Right.
Like, he got married when he was like 22 and already has like 4 kids, like Mexican Catholic. I'm saying Mexican, like it's Catholic, buddy.
It's Catholic.
Yeah.
Well, it's Latin America Catholic specifically.
Or the funny thing, if you go up north, people will be like, well, they had Irish twins. You mean Catholic?
Catholic. Yeah.
All right. So yeah. All right. Back to a little Kevy Kev here. But yeah. That's what he calls a high value man, and it's just some shit he made the fuck up.
So his male followers actually think that they're going to be high value men at some point.
Okay, so this is something that's going to come up more in the show. My bad. And I also didn't answer your question. No, they don't. And and he doesn't expect them to. And he tells the women to not expect them to. And especially because it's mostly Black women calling into his show, and some, seem interested in getting with a Black man. But like, well, the average Black man makes $40,000 a year. So you're going to need to humble yourself down to $40,000 a year if you want a Black husband, because most likely you're not going to get a high value man, because remember, number rating system, high value men only want 9s and 10s.
Wait,
and you're an adjustable 6.
So the only thing that makes you high value is having money?
Yes. And the only thing that makes women valuable is their number rating.
So like theoretically, if a rich man went broke, he would then be a low value man?
Yes.
Okay. And women are only valuable based on their ratings.
Yeah, just on the number that the men give them.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so when he tells women who are less than 9s to humble themselves, what does that mean?
Oh, like that's just going to be your dating pool. Well, and also things like this, you're going to need to smile, because that average man is the 40. That could be your husband.
Okay.
That changes things. Okay.
Oh, what does it change?
Oh, because I didn't realize that it was also like marriage advice for women. I really thought it was only slamming women, but it's like that fake marriage advice shit too.
Yeah. I was about because you said marriage advice for. I was like, wait a second, we need to prefix that. Yeah, fake marriage advice.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, because I thought it was only like just dissing women for not being able to find men who make enough money to make them happy. But this is also apparently like pseudo dating advice but if you just smiled at someone in your dating pool.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, the average person calling in, they're not lefties, right? They're probably not like, I'm going to use the word hardcore here. They're probably not hardcore feminists like us, so they don't even know the manosphere exists. They have never heard of Paul Elam. They've never heard any of these talking points before. They just know that they live in a world where their parents gave them dolls instead of tools, or at least both, and showed them fucking princess movies and fucking, just basically trained them to be a man's relationship thing. Bad way. Stop raising your girls like that. And then being disappointed when they end up abused. Like, you're deliberately raising them in that direction. And so they're just functioning in the world. But then you're also raising girls, especially Black women. I remember seeing these headlines in the 2000s. I mean, in the 2000s, in the year 2000, like literally like 99, 2000. I remember reading the headlines like more and more Black women are graduating college and getting higher paying jobs, right? And more of that's going on. So they're all following the rules, doing everything right. It's not like the Black women are greedy capitalists that are like, yeah, I'm going to make billions and spill some oil in a river. It's like, they're just like, I want to be able to buy a nice car and live somewhere fat, right? Like what everybody's trying to get. But then they make all this money, you know, and they're chilling and they're trying to get with someone. And they figure maybe I'll call into a show and get some advice. And little do they know they called into a misogynistic propaganda comedy show.
Right.
Yeah. And something else you'll notice, some of them, they look frustrated because when they're called in, they can see comments scrolling across live and they see the guys making fun of them.
That is a special kind of vicious.
Yeah, while trying to, and like on some of the calls.
Jesus Christ, women, just stop calling in. You are the punchline. Jesus.
As I play more of these, you'll notice Kevin keep telling them to stop looking at the comments and focus on me. Yeah.
So turn the comments off.
But also that, all right. That's a little bit. Attention, snap. I don't like that. Well, I mean, he just rhetorically slapped her in the face. So, you know.
Walk around with a resting bitch face. If people continue to do this to you, then maybe you need to take under consideration, maybe, just maybe, the way I'm approaching men, my image I'm carrying in the world to Black men is this way.
Angry?
So what you're saying is Black men who aren't related to you or you don't have any investment that you can make no demands of.
Yeah. I just feel like a man that I
literally yes. You can make a request of me, but no, you cannot make a demand of me.
That was a saying the quiet part loud little moment right there. Make demands?
No, you can make a request, but no, I don't do demands.
That's psychotic shit.
I don't negotiate with terrorists, my nigga.
See, and as I move through the world with male privilege, I'm like, you can't make anything of me. I don't want you to talk. And you've seen me interact with folks in public. No is a whole sentence with me. I don't know. You're walking up saying, hey, blah, 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 blah. No, I don't know what you said, but it was to me. So no.
Don't know. A man that I've never seen before.
So Black women like that. So what you need to understand. So a man who does not know you, if he sees you getting fucked up, needs to keep on walking.
He likes to interrupt her to make it seem like she's not making a point, but he's not making a point. He just keeps saying but just so that like you know he's interrupting because it's bad, but he didn't have enough shit to make it fly.
You want to hear the point?
I just feel like a man that I don't know, a man that I've never seen before.
So Black women like that. So what you need to understand. So a man who does not know you, if he sees you getting fucked up, needs to keep on walking.
What? So what is getting fucked up? Are you supposed to be smiling while
because you're not you weren't subservient enough when you had the chance, and now you deserve to be punished for it. Now that's literally what he's saying.
Now look at the macro of what he's saying to young Black men that are tuning into this because they tune into Joe Budden and they tune into Vlad TV to watch their favorite rappers, and Kevin Samuels is recently featured on both of those shows, and they're like, oh, who's this? This guy's cool. I want to be a high value man. They tune in. And basically what he just used this one individual Black woman to do was say, now, because Black women won't smile at you in public, any Black woman you see getting beat up, just keep on walking because they don't smile at you in public because they're modern women. And then now he's 52. We might inadvertently call him a boomer. He's Gen X, but he is an old fuck. He's 52. Now, wouldn't he be one of the people to talk about why these men ain't acting like men no more? You literally just told how many subscribers does he have? 1,000,000.7, right? 1,000,000.6, my bad. 1,000,000.6 to just keep walking if you see a Black woman getting fucked up. Stop calling in. I'm yelling at the victims right now. Excuse my tone, but don't call in. Don't
Please
call into the
also
show.
excuse my tone. I feel like I said it earlier. We're like, even when I get into these black women that are like all these, these black leftist women groups, I still can't get away from this guy. I can't fucking get away from this guy.
Yeah.
Because this shit to me is like, he's saying this shit about like walk by, but like, I remember that woman who got clocked in the head with a skateboard when they fucking threw that woman in the dumpster, all them fucking niggas who chased that trans woman down the street and then fucking beat her to death. Fucking
Islam Nettles.
Like that was the only one. But yes,
Yeah.
also Islam Nettles. Fucking that girl outside the gas station with all them niggas was round her, talking about you shouldn't have come here if you didn't want to get pimped out. Like they wouldn't even let, like she was just trying to pay for her gas and go. And like, this is what we're doing, I guess, because misogyny. Woo.
Yep. And this is the guy, and that's the only reason I'm covering this, because I haven't fucked with the manosphere in a long time. I have not talked about their asses since 2016, like regularly, because I was going at O'Shea Duke.
Right. But I mean, this literally is like at its base, this is incel propaganda, right? Because what do these incels do before they shoot shit up? These women wouldn't fuck me, therefore I need to shoot everyone or stab everyone or run everyone over with a truck or whatever the fuck they be doing. This is the continuation of that. I was entitled to that pussy. She did not give it to me. She did not smile on command. She was not subservient. Therefore, she deserves violence.
And now, so basically, he just told all the MGTOWs to just walk by while the incels are murdering. And it's not even over. And this is only one video of archives, but that's why we'll take it slow.
Yep.
It's not going to be every day. It's not going to be every week, but like I will be watching his stuff. I'll be sharing it with Phoenix. I'll be sharing the stuff with Olivia, and I'll be sharing it to my folks on Facebook. And we're going to be discussing this cat publicly and hoping just that less people call in and end up being his content. Like you are his show. If you don't call in, he doesn't have the show. It dies.
Is it weird to be like, we should talk about like Marxism and socialism more? Because people don't understand capitalism. If you don't know what the product is, but the business is making money, you're probably the product. You're the product.
I think we should talk about it without those words.
Yeah.
Because on some level, those words got ruined by the right wing, but now it's literally actual communists themselves ruining the word themselves.
Yeah.
All of those things, because like well, for one, they won't expel the tankies, but Kevin Samuels, all right. Yes.
See, this is why y'all want this group protection. No, listen very well. Listen.
So he just said, this is why y'all want this group protection. Notice that at no point did she say, Kevin Samuels, I called in to ask you for group protection.
Also,
that's not a topic. He just made that up.
That's not a topic. But also he said, listen well. Everything he is saying to her that she disagrees with is him trying to assert dominance and obedience, and she is not submitting properly. That is this entire conversation. Listen well. She's talking over him. I feel like you're wrong. Women feel, men say. Everything is about asserting dominance, and she has not, even though she's not particularly articulate about it, she is not being subservient enough. And that is why I'm guarantee you that is why he has moved to like, if you see this bitch getting fucked up, let her die. Guarantee it. Sorry.
So
not sorry.
A man who does not know you, if he sees you getting fucked up, needs to keep on walking. See, this is why y'all want this group protection. No, listen very well. Listen very well. This is when y'all talk about you want this group protection. You want a black man to step in. You okay, sis? And this all that kind of stuff. A black man.
Now, she didn't say that.
No.
You want to know who said you okay, sis the most? Because I remember when that hashtag popped. Elon James White. That was actually yeah.
Oh, ew, really?
Yeah, he started that.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember when he started, because the thing is, like, he'll float the idea on the podcast and then try it on Twitter the next morning. Yeah, so I would always hear what he did like the day before he did it, because he'll just tell you on the program. Kind of like I do that too. Fucking yeah. So that "you okay, sis" literally actually came from a black man who, frankly, high value. Like, if you're talking numbers, Elon makes money.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, the question should be, why do you feel like I deserve to be abused because I didn't smile at you?
He's gonna say, because remember that the group protection that she called in to ask about.
This is when y'all talk about you want this group protection. You want a black man to step in. You okay, sis? And this all that
Wait, a
stuff.
black man is group protection?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he's talking about black men like me. Because when he sees black men like me, he's like, that's like 8 niggas. So yeah, that's group protection.
99 niggas.
Ask you to smile at him for risk of offending you. So conversely, if there's something happening to you, you need to call your man and the men you deem necessary enough to do something for. Because just us regular black men who have no investment in, or you have no investment in, we can make no demands of.
Now notice he said us regular black men, and I forgot to get to that thing. Oh no, I did with the 40,000 a year, but I forgot to say that that's his fake populism. Okay. He said us regular black men. So now we're all high value or we're all low value? Because who was us regular black men? Because I could have swore you were above regular.
Right.
Right.
And my bad, I crimped you.
I kind of lost it.
Shit, running it back. Running it back. No, don't be sorry. I crimped you.
I really do be saying sorry a lot. Damn.
Yeah, man. But we're
working it out.
You know what? Someone of the next generation is not going to do it. Hopefully, there's like I'm okay. Fuck it. I'll say these words out loud. Hopefully, there's a 16-year-old girl listening to this program and hears it and says, "Huh, I'm gonna work on not doing that shit."
Yeah, please do that.
Yeah.
Please be better. Yes.
All that kind of stuff. A black man can't even ask you to smile at him for risk of offending you. So,
okay. So he's saying if you will not sexually submit to a man, you cannot expect any sort of protection from him. Because as I stated earlier, the way he's like, but just smile, like it's some sweet innocent shit and not like some menacing ass shit. Like this dude might kill you if you don't do it. And so that's what he's playing off of when he says that, like, well, you won't even smile for him. Why should he help you? But also that means that you have to be nice to black men to expect them to help you, even though you yourself are a black woman. And so again, we're coming back to the dominance and submission and subservience of this entire conversation, where if you do not submit and obey well enough when I tell you to, you will be punished for it, even if I'm not the one doing the punishing. Right. But I will let it passively happen because you have not earned protection, because you haven't earned it by being a show pony, basically.
And then if it's so like transactional, how he's trying to make it seem like you smile, we protect you. Like, so if I just smile at you without getting protection, like what did I get out of that?
But also my smile, but also like my life is only worth my smile.
Yeah, like,
like if I don't smile, what does that mean? You know, and so, you know,
you're not worth saving because you don't smile, because you're offended by that.
Yeah. And so, but again, because it's about control and submission, not about actually valuing the black community or valuing women or black women or anything like that. So
you damn right it is.
Man, look.
Yep. And then about, like you said, like a show pony. Yes. And then and they want it to be a fake smile. So that would make like you like a lying dog face show pony soldier of some sort, or whatever Joe Biden calls people.
Who knows what Joe Biden is doing right now?
To you need to call your man and the men you deem necessary enough to do something for.
Which is
just us regular.
I'm sorry, I know I'm pausing again so soon, but that does go back to what you were talking about earlier. But like, nigga, I can see you. I can see your fingertips, and I can see your suit, and I can see your shoes. If shit goes wrong, unless it's with my taxes, I'm not calling you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm calling a nigga who has a toolbox and has maybe done push-ups and I don't know, has some sort of like life skills, right? Or companionship skills.
Like, he can really save someone.
They're really on this alpha shit, but like, I can hunt better than you. You're not.
And
You're not the guy.
You're also not that, because another thing, right? Back to let's say the system breaks down and they say these women need men to fix stuff. They also talk about how you need protection. You worried about that woman being protected? I mean, let's say this is patriarchy, right? I want to shack up with that woman. So I'm shacked up with that woman, but we need supplies, Kevin. And you got a nice house. And when I show up,
what a little more of a scam.
what is Kevin gonna do when I show up? Because and let's imagine I'm sprinting at him.
There's been at least one white man who's had a heart attack thinking about that.
Fucking right. That was the joke that Bill Burr did about the basketball game where the fans kept telling the basketball players, "Come up here and fight me then," and they came up there.
And then he went up there. Who brought it up there? Yeah.
But like, who's gonna protect you, Kevy Kev? Like, and this is why, like, I hope you got your Second Amendment freedom protector, but not locked in a box.
That's not the type of man who understands trigger control.
He'll shoot his foot off. Trying to, yeah. Yeah, or you're gonna shoot off the last bit of your value.
Oh,
whoopsie doos. Yeah, like these guys, they're not built like that. And back to this. Like, yeah, who's Kevin protecting from any fucking thing?
He can't even protect a woman from being insulted online.
Yeah, and definitely couldn't protect himself. Like, and that's why, like, these people, like, that are higher up in capitalism, as it were, they really like the police. They really like them because that is the buffer between you and I if really shit breaks down, as it were.
Yeah, it really is, to be honest.
You have no investment, we can make no demands of it. See, that's the beautiful thing about other races of people. Other races of women of other races, men who they're not fucking can make demands of them.
Whoa! Whew. Which is also like, you just call every other woman on the planet who's not black a bitch, but like, you a bitch, nigga. Like that type of,
as a compliment. Are they trying to make sense? But then who's his target audience? He ain't talking to us.
Who's his target audience?
Yeah.
But then it's also hilarious because in so many tropes and so many cultures, like the older woman, like the grandma whooping everybody's ass is such a thing, right? We just watched that fucking Hobbs and Shaw movie. Yeah. Them fucking big ass Samoan niggas, fucking like The Rock, 6'3", whatever the fuck he is, right?
Yeah.
Swole as fuck. And that little ass old woman picked up her shoe and everybody backed up. And everybody was like the same size as The Rock.
Because of childhood trauma.
You say, Chanka! Watch niggas duck, right? But like, they can't make demands. I think that several children who have been beaten by chanclas would like to disagree. Just saying.
Well, Kevin Samuels knows what he's talking about.
I'm sure he does.
And the men that they're fucking can make demands of them. In the black community, the only people who can ask you something is a man who's doing something for you. Other than that, we can't ask you for nothing. That's why I say we can't ask you for nothing. We don't owe you nothing.
What? But ask you for nothing.
Ask me for what, though?
For a smile? Why do you need that? Also, you
right.
know what? Again, this is like an extended conversation on the why the fuck do you need someone else to make you a sandwich so bad? What do you need that smile for? Why are you so emotionally weak that you need strangers to smile at you, my man?
Again, it's about dominance and submission. It's not about the fact that she smiled. It's about the fact that you told her to and she complied. Telling you.
But they won't say that.
They
not flat
never,
out.
Never, ever.
Nah.
But also they'll say, why can't I make demands of you? Okay.
So that is where they say it. Quiet part loud. Whoops, Kevin.
Oops.
And I hope somebody tuned into this. Is here like, is this critical thinking what we're doing? Is that what this is an example of critical thinking?
We're doing a critical analysis of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A critical analysis of justice.
Yeah.
Good, because Kevin Samuels is social dissonance. Ooh.
Let me get this straight. Like, I'm just a little confused.
Girl, no, stop saying that.
Oh yeah. 4
I
more
know,
minutes.
I know. I keep nagging about the don't say I think, I feel.
Oh
I
yeah,
hope,
because you know and you already know she's about to do whatever it is you're expecting.
Yes.
Why would I want to give something? I mean, I know it's very small, it's simple. It's just smile, right? But to me, it comes off as like entertainment. Like I'm just out here being friendly face with everybody. Like I'm not saying that I shouldn't be polite. I'm not disrespectful, and I know that just being my normal everyday face is, I guess, unapproachable, and that's fine. But you're saying to me that
No, stop right here.
I should be
Stop right here.
No,
Stop right
don't
here.
stop right there.
Ma'am, the only common denominator, and I
I kind of fucked that one up.
ask you to smile at him. Or you have no investment in, we black community.
Why would I want to give something? I mean, and I know it's very small, it's simple, it's just smile, right? But to me, it comes off as like entertainment. Like I'm just out here being friendly faced with everybody. Like I'm not saying that I shouldn't be polite. I'm not disrespectful, and I know that just being my normal everyday face is, I guess, unapproachable, and that's fine. But you're saying to me that
No, stop right here.
I should be
Stop
for
right
the
here.
streets,
Stop right here. Stop right here. Ma'am, the only common denominator in all these situations is who?
Men.
No, it's because it has to be you. So like, so
Yeah.
you're the problem. But it's
I know,
like,
but
wait
it's like it's
a
literally
second.
men is the problem.
Patriarchy is the common denominator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I could just see it coming, and I was like, please stop. Oh, no, we're here with the whole thing. But yeah, because again, she's using a lot of I feel statements, or I guess that makes me unapproachable. You're obviously not unapproachable. You're in a relationship with someone. Someone found you approachable. Clearly, if these men are coming up to you saying smile, they find you fucking approachable. Like, don't downgrade yourself to say I'm unapproachable when clearly these dudes trying to holler at you.
Right.
Like, clearly you are approachable. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah. And he also said all these situations. That's a bit of a heavy-handed word for the people passing by each other, with one of them having enough time to say a one-syllable word of an unnecessary request.
Right.
You're calling it a situation. There are no finances involved in this. This is just one guy saying one word to see if it can get him to ejaculate into someone and ruin their life.
But also, like, as he's saying, all these situations, you're the common denominator. So you're unapproachable, but all these dudes be trying to tell you to smile? Again, make it make sense. How is she getting approached this much to be so unapproachable? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
This is why I say y'all need therapy. Because this honestly sounds crazy.
Wow.
I think it sounds crazy to force someone to smile at you.
Now, isn't that the gaslighting?
That's literally gaslighting.
He actually used the word crazy. And keep in mind,
And
this is
there.
15 minute 39-second video. We're at the 12-minute 9-second mark because he's getting to his closer, and after successfully gaslighting another one, he's literally using the word crazy. So now he's doing this thing where now that he has emotionally manipulated her, and dare I use the word broken? Is that too much? Too far?
I think for the context of this specific interaction that he has
broken her.
Yes.
Now, while she is literally still there, he talks to the audience about her as if she's not in the room for further belittlement.
Of course.
This is part of his business model. This is part of how he runs his show.
This is one of his supporters. Yes, this is how he treats the women who support him.
Yeah, and these are the people that he says behind the scenes he's saving marriages and saving relationships, but y'all just don't hear about those.
I'm interested what the interpersonal dynamics of their relationship look like after this.
Well, abuse.
We're talking
it doesn't sound crazy.
No, it doesn't sound crazy to you because you're the crazy.
At least she's laughing. I hope she's not taking it seriously.
No, laughing is not actually a good sign.
Yeah, she's taking it serious. She's laughing to not cry, if anything.
Yep.
Yeah, she's trying not to cry on camera.
Yeah, at this point, people like this laugh because they just don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally a thing.
We're talking about a simple smile.
Mm-hmm.
But the level of irrational.
If it was simple, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yep.
See, this goes deep for Black women. When that Black woman has her femininity,
It goes deep for women, but thank you. So I'm sorry. I know.
All the Black women, she was surprised at how vicious they treated her. And I'm going to let this play and let people come back and hear. We're talking about just a simple smile, people. Smile, but you act like a smile is busting it wide open. Oh my freaking God. Black men, do you realize this is a Black woman who tell you you're not even worth a smile?
Ooh, I see the flip.
Unless she beat.
What up?
Oh, I see the flip. How it went from pushing women to be like, it's not anything major, it's not anything serious, it's so trivial, to now telling Black men, now that he's established that it's trivial, they won't even do this trivial thing for you. Because he spent this whole segment playing up how this is just not a non-issue.
Not every last one of them. And yes, if I feel
Yeah, she got loud.
Yep, and it's even worse considering that her audio is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my freaking God. Worth a smile. Unless she feels.
not every last one of them. And yes, if I feel
okay, ma'am, and I take that. So, if you are getting abused, jacked up, whatever, what does the random Black man owe you?
That's such
And
a dumb.
slapped her again.
Like,
The answer was
this is the guy. I can't stress enough. This is the guy that just got 1 million followers.
The answer was respect. The answer is respect is what you're owed. And I honestly,
stop slapping me.
Who the fuck you think you talking to? Your man sound like he need to slap you.
what?
Why you promoting violence? No.
This is the show folks tune into. This is the popular ass show. I guarantee you his next stop is Joe Rogan.
So her man needs to slap her because she doesn't smile at other men. What? Okay.
Why? What do you think this is? I mean, when I ask you is what does a random Black man owe you if you need something from him? You driving down your tires flat. You don't know how to
all
change
these
it.
hypothetical situations.
But respond accordingly. What does a random Black man owe me if I see him on the side of the street getting beat down by cops? What does he owe me?
But then also here, and then now notice this is where my blue collar comes back. He said a random Black man.
Yes.
So the random Black man can change a car tire.
Mm-hmm.
But this doesn't just mean that he knows how to, but he just has tire changing tools on him at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a thing that's going on? Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Disingenuous actors. You're right on that one.
Black man driving down the street. Does he owe you to stop over? You ain't his woman. What does he owe you?
Nothing.
But also now how he's conflated, because earlier this was about domestic violence, watching you get beat down. And now it's help you change a tire. I can call AAA to change a tire. I can't necessarily call someone in the middle of a beat down to get help with the beat down. So again, what he's saying, he started off with talking about like life-threatening shit, and now he's trying to couch it back so that now when his fans argue, they're like, well, but what about changing a tire? Instead of the fact that he just straight up slapped this woman rhetorically and said that she deserves to be beaten.
And also fucking, why would I be getting beat down? Who would be doing that and for what reason?
The one you're smiling at, the one you're supposed to smile at.
And if understand something, if men are looking at our women, and see the thing is, what you're saying is not uncommon. So
wait, but who is our women?
Now she's Yeah, she's crying basically.
Yeah.
There's just no tears.
Yeah, laughing and crying. But wait, when he says our women, does he mean black women? Is that how he actually means that?
Oh, let me run that back. I was too busy looking at her face, hoping she doesn't drop a tear on camera for these MRAs to make a
I
gif
said it
out
was
of.
going to happen. The way her face was lit up, it was going to look like she was crying.
Does he owe you to stop over? You ain't his woman. What does he owe you?
Nothing.
Right. And if understand something, if men are looking at our women, and see, the thing is, what you're saying is not uncommon. So honestly, black men look at women who talk like you and feel zero allegiance to you. Feel like they owe you nothing because you want black men to protect and provide and everything else, and you are talking about a freaking smile.
She said none of those things.
And it's not even about the smile. It's the fact that someone's telling you to smile. Because if I'm in a good mood and I'm smiling, you might just get some of that. But like, I don't have to smile at you because you told me to.
Like I said, this is about obedience and control and smiling on command, not about actually being happy and joyful and having a smile.
Exactly. It's like, what are you going to do to actually make a black woman happy so she can walk around smiling? No, that's not the conversation.
You're going to laugh at her when she gets beat down on the side of the road, or you're going to watch this video of him slapping her in the face.
I actually do something. And I always do this at the end of an interaction, typically a shift, because that's kind of where I've been for the past few years. But yeah, at the end of a shift, when it's all over and only with temp workers, because I'll most likely never see them again. End of the shift, everyone's clocking out. All right, pass by. Excuse me, ma'am. Don't want to bother you, but just want to let you know that if anyone opens their mouth to say you're anything less than stunning, they're a fucking liar. Head nod, walk away, done. That's it. But always at the end of the shift, so that if she was like, what the fuck? She doesn't have to see me anymore either.
Yeah.
Door, bye-bye.
I mean, but also I have to say with you, one of the things I appreciate is how you compliment women on their skills. You're like, oh yeah, you're working the skyjack really well. Or
Yes.
I love that shit.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Like toolboxes. Yeah. Machine operators. Where I worked recently since I've been here in Michigan, I've seen literally 3 women that were mechanics. Like before, when I lived in Illinois, I only saw 1 woman mechanic and she was a transfer. Yeah. All right. But Kevy Cat almost done. This is it. 63 more seconds.
This is what we play for.
So your suggestion is that I smile more for random people in order to create
my
sort of
suggestion
allegiance?
is my suggestion is psychotherapy.
Jesus
Crazy.
Christ.
Psychotherapy.
Man. You said it. You don't see black men asking other groups of women. Do you hear any other race of women talking about this?
Yes.
It just doesn't happen to them as much as it happens to
Because
us.
they effing smile.
So much. So much. So when he said you expect that, the answer was yes. That should have been the answer. Also, she said, he's saying, so you're saying it never happens? She literally said it doesn't happen as much. And then he yelled at her.
So you fucking, after slapping you 3 times, telling you don't deserve to get help while you're beaten, and telling you that if you have a man, he needs to slap you, and then yelled, fucking smile. And this is toward the last
and now
31
why
seconds.
Is it that when women hear just smile, it doesn't sound benign? I don't know.
Right? And keep in mind, this was a presentation meant to make him look good. That was the idea. He's supposed to look like the reasonable one.
It just doesn't happen to them as much as it happens to us.
Because they effing smile.
It just doesn't happen to them as much as it happens to us.
Because they effing smile. 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 Smile.
That's what we're actually here. I'm not, my bad. I just appropriated the shit out of that. That's what they're actually hearing.
The whole time.
Yeah.
the whole time.
So at 15 minutes and 7 seconds, you got to what it actually sounds like. What should have been addressed from the beginning, you disingenuous prick. I'd love to like punch the shit out of this guy. I don't have a
I
criminal
will
record.
punch the shit out of this guy.
If I get to him before I do. And see, this is why
That's
I use
ableist because you can run faster, but I feel like I could do a good job too because this nigga can't fight.
But only if you're smiling. You can't
Bitch,
punch
I
men if
will
you're not
smile. How can I taste the blood if I'm not smiling?
Ah,
Skull fuck this nigga to death with a spork.
all right, there you go.
My bad. Oh, my bad.
That
I
is
said that out
also a
loud.
sentence.
My bad.
What if they're not? Like, where's
All right.
Where's the research?
All right, get off the phone.
And for the people listening to, oh my bad, I know there's people listening to podcast audio. Like, what the fuck was that trumpet he played? What is that, like military death music?
That is military taps for when you died, which also taps in hard to white culture. Because that is some white people shit. That's what you play when a soldier dies.
Oh, and he does
a
this.
soldier.
Yeah, he
a
was like this.
soldier dies. So yeah, that is again tapping into his fucking like white supremacist audience for sure.
All right, so I think I'm just gonna give this one a very straightforward, blunt title, and just call it damn. There's a third name. I don't know how to fit your name in yet and make it sound smooth,
You
but
can
I'm working on that.
My name can be Seven.
7?
7.
Can we spell it cool?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you ever seen the movie Lucky Number 11?
No.
I feel like you might like it.
Oh wait, let me
Sorry.
stop the broadcast. But I'll probably title this one something along the lines of like. Huh?
Wait, you stopped it?
Oh, not yet. I'm
No.
trying to. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably title it something along the lines of like Phoenix and William break down Kevin Samuels' gaslighting procedure or style or something. But yeah, we gotta talk about this fucking prick. Oh shit. Wait a second there. Oh well, that's just fucking goofy. All right, and that's in the can.